nigga. Gary Coleman, I be calling all the shots. Big homie, big homie, big homie, big homie.
Podcast. I'm chilling here with Rifleman. Yeah, finally got him on, man.
Hey, what's going on, man?
Chilling, man. You the man.
Hey, man, I'm the Rifleman.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Well, thanks for tapping in. You know what I'm saying, with your boy. You know what I'm saying. I'm pulled up on you. We about to get this shit cracking.
Yeah, man, we out here, man. You know.
Yeah. First of all, tell the people out there who is LA Cool, aka Rifleman.
Well, I'm just I'm an MC. You know, I come from the good life. I come from the Project Road, which is like a premier open mic in you know, South Central West Side area. We're all, you know, urban kids, and started in the early '90s.
That real shit.
Yeah, you know, on some ultra underground, you know, some lyricism, and you know, our whole thing was we was always trying to carve something new. We didn't want to be like, you know, our older counterparts, which were, you know, the Gangsters and WA, you know, King T, these guys, and then we also didn't want to be like our East Coast counterparts, like the boom bap, you know, and all of that. So we was trying to.
So in the middle.
Yeah, we was trying to carve our own niche out and, you know, just create a different sort of sound and vibe. So yeah, we did that, you know, and we was just kids, you know, looking for outlet in the hood, and we found it good life in the Project Road.
Okay, so how did it all start? Where, like, literally from the beginning, where did it start from? What gave you the concept of picking up the mic? You know what I mean?
The music.
The music?
No, you saying where the music started, not the place I was talking about, not the place. You're talking about where my musical stuff started?
Yeah, like what put you in the game? What made you decide to get in the game, like, you know what I'm saying, from a little pup, you feel me, to a big dog?
I come from a musical family. My mom's is a singer, my two uncles, bass players, guitar players, you know, things of that nature. So, like, if you're from LA, back in the 70s and early 80s, they used to have like jams in the park, KJLH jams, and my mom would be performing at all these places.
Oh, okay.
So she take me, my brother, and my sister. So we was just little kids, and then, you know, also just like how I got back here, you know, a little clubhouse. My moms would have day rehearsals at our house. Oh. So I just like kind of grew up around the whole thing.
So it's in your blood.
It's in my blood.
It's in your DNA.
I would have probably been on some if hip hop, you know, it just happened to be that hip hop, you know, started while I was a youth and I was in the age of hip hop, but I would probably be some sort of other musician as well. If, you know, if hip hop didn't start, I'd be on some jazz, scatting some shit. You know?
Somewhere you'd be in.
Somewhere I would, you know.
Yeah.
It's in the blood, just like, you know, shit. Now my son is doing, so it's definitely in the blood.
So you got your early influences from your family.
From my family, my early influences outside of hip hop, yes. My family are my first musical influences.
So when did you first pick up the mic, or, you know what I'm saying, got into freestyle, you know what I'm saying, what you know what I'm saying?
Well, still, it goes back to my family. I remember I was with my uncle and I was with my brother, who ended up being DJs like a little bit after the moment that I'm about to talk about. We were all at my house. Beats was playing, and me, I always used to bag and roast.
Yeah.
I was always one of those dudes.
I remember them days.
I always had, you know, a funny sort of flow to me. So
sense of humor, I call
yeah,
it.
most definitely a sense of humor. So
people don't got that nowadays.
Yeah, and some motherfuckers is too sensitive when it comes to that. Like,
for real.
I learned, I actually learned how to roast from people trying to roast me. I didn't like the shit too much. So I used to be like, instead of like always trying to fight everybody, just get your ass back and think of some good shit to say. So that's how I started. And one day it was me, my uncle, my brothers, and I started freestyle. I was probably 10 or 11. It was a couple of years after that picture that I showed you. It was the same neighborhood, same apartment, same everything.
10 or 11.
10 or 11. Some beats was playing. I just started rapping, but I was bagging at the same time. And I saw the reaction from my brother and my uncle. And they was laughing, and I was like,
natural.
Yeah, I was like, that's dope. I never saw that sort of reaction to nothing that I did because I was only a kid. So I was like, oh, okay. So that stuck in my head, but then,
kind of good at this.
Yeah, I might be good, but I didn't take it that serious. At that moment, it probably, took a couple of more years, but I did remember that moment. Like, okay, let me keep that in my head. I'll move further. So in the next few years, then I started like writing stuff and things like that. But that was just a moment, and then I kind of eased back off that moment because actually I got into hip hop before I actually started rapping because I was pop locking first.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So just trying to do the elements.
Yeah. That kind of starts it. That kind of gets.
Yeah, back in the day we used to do everything.
Yeah.
You wasn't just doing one thing.
B-boying,
yeah. Total package of B-boying. So I was pop locking first, and I remember like the picture I showed.
Remember housing?
Of course, house dances.
Yeah, housing.
Yeah. No, my homies still. Some of my homies still can. We was at a floor the other night. The homie busts out doing some house dance. Like, damn, that. But I remember what happened. Like the homies was gangbanging in the back of the apartment, and one day I came out the house. I had this fake little it's a little cup. You can do one.
Yeah, for sure.
So I came out in a straw hat and a fake leather coat and some fake bubblegum Adidas.
Wow, what was that?
Yeah, I was like 11. But I was trying to show the homies that, look, I'm different. So they was in the back gangbanging. I went to the front of the apartment. I sat down with my radio, just turned on K-Day. And the nigga was laughing at me, roasting and all that. On my mama. Who's this nigga think he is?
So you started weirdo? No.
Yeah. No. As far as that, because guess what? It wasn't actually weirdo. It was thinking for yourself and going outside the box.
Yeah.
Because everybody, all the tough gangbangers in the back of the apartment. And I used to be with them, and even after this moment, I was still with them. I'm just saying, like, it was that was the moment that I was like, I'm different.
You doing your own
I'm
thing.
doing my own thing. Yeah, I'm separating. Yeah.
From the past.
As they say, drawing the line in the sand.
Yeah.
It was just like boom, So that was actually, I was doing that sort of stuff before I started rapping. But I knew, and the actual point of me really starting to want to rap was when I was out there. I had on K-Day live. Now, Run DMC, it's a song called Here We Go. It's the live version of Here We Go, Run DMC. Now, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go.
Taking it back, y'all.
And it was, so I was like, and then Run did this part. He was like, now, if you say you heard my rhyme, we're going to have to fight because I just made the motherfuckers up last night. Then the whole crowd started screaming, and I was just like 10. I didn't even get the line and why they were screaming, but I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, I said, I'm going to do what he did.
Okay.
Run.
So Run sparked it.
Run. Okay. That line, not even the group, but the group, I love the group.
Shout out Run DMC.
Run, that line, and I remember that
the
so
Kings,
vividly. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Kings
Run. I wanted to be like Run.
Oh, okay.
That's a fact.
For sure, man.
Even to this day, I want to be like Run.
I know you got your lyricism from what was in it? DMC. From Run DMC?
Nah, I got my lyricism from Run.
From Run?
Because DMC, he do a little.
But he was lyrical though.
No, but listen, he always did the old school cadence. Now my name is D.
Oh, okay.
Now look, now Run and be like.
But that was fire back then.
Listen, it was. But watch for him. So what's up? Yeah, my friend, not a tramp, then.
Oh, okay, yeah.
To the ruler game with the cooler name, and I was like, whoa. I was like, them dudes is really great together, but I was like, this dude, this dude,
he was
bananas.
Freaking, what they call
on the East, they say bananas.
Yeah. What they say in the music business, peaks and mountains.
Yeah,
he had that. He was freaking.
Yeah, and that shit was so crazy. And I used to be like, I used to hone in to Run because, like, as a group, they of course were incredible. You know, because sometimes you have to learn how to bounce off another person's energy. So I don't even think without DMC that he couldn't have been as great as he was. But the thing is, when you hear him and then you hear DMC, it's like, okay, like this one is like, it's a down. You know how they be like with the weed, it's an upper and a downer.
Yeah.
Run was the upper and D was the downer.
Okay.
It's like if you just want to get on the couch and just lay down and just be like, man, just give me some brownies. I just don't watch Netflix. That's DMC. But if you're trying to get up and like, man, I'm about to do something. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. It was Run. Mm-hmm. So Run actually sparked my, like, I got to be a lyricist. And then right after that, up under his heels was Cool J.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Cool J.
Hell yeah. Cool J did his thing definitely.
Yeah, Cool J was exciting.
Yeah. So when you first came out, what was your name off top? Did you first as an artist? As a hip hop artist?
Yes. You know, it's so funny. Since we were talking about Run.
Yeah.
You know, he got this song, and they call me Run Love, something. I changed my name. My first rap name was Ron Love because my government is Baron.
Oh,
Baron.
Okay.
So right, it wasn't just like I just said Ron. I said because he said Run Love. So I said my name is Ron Love. I used to have a sweatshirt with Ron Love on the back. I swear to God, you know the whole iron-on joint. You know what I'm talking about? That was MC Ron Love. You feel me?
Yeah.
That was the first name because, like I say, I was really, really influenced by Run. You feel me? So I stole a line he said in the song. You know, he said something about being Run Love, and I was like, yeah, I'm Run Love. But guess what? I'm only 10, 11. So yeah, I'm looking up to a nigga that's 19 and 20. You know what I mean? That's hella dope. And he dressing fly. He got jewelry. He got girls. He rich. Yeah. So you know,
they did their thing.
They did.
For real.
Yeah.
Really influenced hip hop.
Yeah, well, they influence everybody. All the dudes that's in our age bracket. You can't not say Run DMC, Cool J, Houdini, UTFO, Fat Boys. You can't not say these dudes. You feel me? Like, of course, now the youngsters will be like Lil Wayne, you know, which is cool, Drake, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Because it's in their time.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that's they OGs. But me, I always was a dude who studied. I go back. So I remember.
To go back.
Yeah. I study stuff that was happening before I was even alive because I need to know what this music thing is about.
Who pays the way? Makes sense.
To me it do, but some to youngsters be like, I ain't never heard of so. Well, that's your fault, man. You never read a book or tapped into YouTube and be like, nigga, you don't know who Callaway is, nigga, you don't know who Miles Davis is.
So
that's wrong with you.
So when did you change your name to LA Cool?
Okay, well, that was 1987. I went to Mount Vernon Junior High School, which is right on Crenshaw Watson, but they changed it to Johnny Cochran in the past 10 years. The white teacher, she was teaching a history lesson. She was saying something about, she said in some places the slaves, how they would get their names, it was from where they lived and their attitude or emotion or their mood. So it'd be like Mad Manhattan or Fun Florida. You know, from the slaves masters used to name their slaves like that from the attitude and the place that they were from. So I that shit stuck in my head, and I was like, I said, damn, man, my shit could be LA Cool. And then I stuck with that, but it used to be L.A.C.O.L, but I changed that. So, you know, that's how I got the name. You know, it used to be LA Cool, but I created my name from a history lesson that one of my teachers gave me. But then, like a year or two after that, I started tweaking the spelling. You know, and I was doing CHULE, KHULE. I was doing KUHL. I was just in class. If y'all want to figure light, just let me know, because I can bring it's one standing right there.
Okay, go get that motherfucker now.
Yeah, look, it's one standing right here. I told y'all niggas I do this, man.
So after you, when did you get into Project Blow?
Oh, well, Project Blow was actually a spin-off of The Good Life. So, The Good Life started in 1990.
Yeah, okay.
And, you know, I went there in 1990. When I went there, it was only like 10 people. They used to have tables, popcorn, but it was still like, you know, you knew like the vibe was like right. I was still in the street the first time I went.
So the Good Life, what was that? That was like
it was an open mic spot. It was actually it was a healthful cafe that sponsored an open mic spot. So,
okay.
So, and it was actually right around the corner, right here on Crenshaw Exposition, right here where the Dominos PC is now.
Oh, okay.
It was right there. You feel me? So
they tore that shit down, huh?
Yeah, they put some sort of
they always tearing shit down.
Medical part. Yeah, that part. You know, because they always gonna gentrify everything.
Yeah,
so it's like,
a lot of that shit now.
You know, any black hub anywhere, it was like, let's get rid of that.
Yeah,
and let's put a corporation right there.
For real.
Yeah, but I was still in the streets the first time that I went to the Good Life. So the first time I went, I busted rap, and I was kind of like, yeah, alright, whatever. It's on the mixer. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I ain't really tripping. It's a dope spot. So I came back about, I don't know, 2 months later. And then little 10 people would double to 20. And then after I came back to 2 months later, I was like, yeah, this spot's dope. So I continued to go every Thursday after that until the ending of everything. And then so the Good Life, it went from 1990 to 1994. Project Blow went from 1994 well up into the early millennium, like 04. Like Project Blow probably lasted at least 10 years.
Okay, so when did...
And that was at Lamar Park.
Okay, for sure. So when did Good Life Bullies come in effect?
Approximately 6 to 7 years ago. You know, we were all at a... what I would call like a standpoint in our careers where, you know, everything starts slowing up.
Who is we all?
Well, we all, originally, the Good Life Bullies would be me, of course, Mr. CR. You know, he had a group called the Rumble Pack. He was also in a group called the Bastards. He was also in a group called the Eastie Boys. Mr. What I call Mr. Pistol Grip Pump, Volume 10. You feel me? He was an original member. We all started in my backyard right here. You feel me? So, and the other homie, Kazoo, and then a little bit after that, we, I was about to say, that ain't it. No, that's just juice. Maybe you drunk it, because there's a cup right here, too. Something inside that cup, I don't know what the fuck it is. But it was also Kazoo.
Nah, that ain't my cup, I had a big cup. You got my cup.
you got what I need. So, and then it was the homie Convi.
Toast to that, bro.
Who actually you remind me of. Rest in peace, my homie Convi. It's a big mural up there, but you know, sometimes he blow himself up. You know, he don't want to be down, so he'll make the win. blow itself up, and he been like for 2-3 weeks. He been up on top of the roof right there, but he usually come down. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, telling you.
No, I believe
like,
you, man.
He just come and go as he please, but it's a big ass mural with just his face, and I'm telling you, y'all niggas look like stupid alike. Son.
Oh, for real?
Yes, I'm talking about from the wave cap to the glasses, Convict.
Shout out
Convict, yeah, RKA, RKA.
RKA.
You know what I mean? Like he was actually originally he was Volume 10 from Pistol Grip Pump. He was his backup on that song when it came out. But you know, we all from the good life. That's how we all know each other. You feel me? And he died about 4 to 5 years ago. You know, so he was you know, he was a member. He wasn't a original member, but he was a member when he came in the group. The group changed.
But you made him official.
No, he was official.
Yeah.
I think he made the group official. If you ask me.
Oh, okay.
You know, because I kept getting at him because he was in another group called Penn State with the homie the homie Big Punisher and Big Jupiter, because they was all B-Dogs, and they all was they did Penn Time. So they created a group where like, and they was all big niggas like you too. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it was 3 big ass niggas.
The other big homies.
Yeah, them niggas was some big niggas, all B-Dogs, and they all did Penn Time. So they created a group called Penn State.
Penn State.
You know what I mean? And so I used to be like, you know, I used to scout the nigga, you know, because that was my nigga. I was like, nah, we need this nigga in the group. So I actually took him from the other group. You feel me? To be in Good Life Bullies and shit. And then once he joined Dusty, he made it like, he gave it a really good balance, because the nigga, he was a thorough nigga on the street, and he could actually spit too, you know. So that's how the Good Life Bullies started. But then, like I say, my boy died, Kazoo went to jail, and then Volume 10, you know, he always like a solo artist, but then he in a group. So Volume 10, he had to get his life together, which he got it together now. Shout out to my boy 10. But it ended up just being me and CR.
Okay.
Because of that's just how life works sometimes, you know.
Yeah, so Mr. CR, your other half of Good Life Bullies, today in 2019.
Yes.
Y'all doing y'all thing. I ran into y'all out there with Razzcast, so I see y'all staying relevant, working.
Yeah. We you know, that's the thing with us. Like, you know, like I said, you know, we've been at this for a while, but what I always tell CR is, you know, you gotta stay consistent. That's the word, consistent. Okay. You stay consistent, and it don't matter if people vibing with or not all the time, but they always see you.
Yeah, for real.
Working.
Yeah, and he just dropped a project.
Yeah, he dropped a project. Me, him, and the other homie, we all dropped our project basically within a week of each other.
Okay, yeah, we're gonna get into your project.
Yeah.
Speech therapy. Yeah, that's a whole lot.